Hi, hello, namaste, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, hi, I'm Tanya. And as you already know from the title, today we are talking about setting healthy boundaries. And I really wanted to talk about this topic because I have been a person who had extremely low boundaries, because of which people generally overlooked my space, they didn't respect or even value my time, and had no idea about my needs. And this generally leads to feeling drained, and it really interferes and distorts your own relationship with self. So if you can relate to this video is for you. So the very first thing that you need to practice in order to set clear boundaries is self-awareness, because you yourself don't know what your boundaries are. Boundaries are basically yes or no, right? You either say yes to going out to a party one day prior to your exam, or you say no. And when you yourself don't know whether you want to say yes or no, you generally end up saying yes and then end up regretting it later. You know what this means? This means that you've always prioritized your relationship with others, other people's wants and needs, so much so that you've forgotten to check in with yourself. You've forgotten to ask yourself about your own likes and dislikes and about your own wants and needs. So spend time with yourself and practice self-awareness. You need to understand what works for you. Only then you will be able to create healthy boundaries, right? The second thing that you need to do is having clear communication. You need to verbalize your needs. People around you need to know why a certain routine works for you, what your morals are, what your values are, what you like, what you dislike. Only then they'll be able to respect your boundary. I'll give you an example to explain the importance of this. So when I was living in a hostel, most of my friends would stay awake till 1 a.m. at night, and then the next day they would sleep in the afternoon to complete their sleep. And it never really worked for me. I'm a person who loves to sleep in a stretch. I need those 8 hours of sleep. So what I started doing was I started sleeping at 10 p.m. and all my friends used to be in the other room having fun. They would call me, they would tell me that I am being a grandma and I'm so boring and I should have more fun, we are so young. And it was really hard to resist during the earlier days, but eventually everybody understood. They respected my space, and I used to read and sleep, and they used to have fun in the other room, and it was okay for both parties. So you need to understand that people who respect you enough will respect your boundaries, and you just need to communicate your boundaries to them. The third thing that you need to do is learning to say no. I have talked about this enough already, because what you don't say no to, you're kind of saying yes to it. Not choosing is still choosing. Just learn some polite ways of saying no, because when you say no to others, that is when you can say yes to your own needs and wants. So practice saying no, thank you. I have got some work. I'm really occupied right now. Maybe next time. Thank you for asking. Just start practicing these things. If it is difficult to do it with people you are not that close with, then start with your close ones. Start with your mother. Start with your best friend. Start it with your sibling. When you start doing it, that is when you'll get habitual to it. You cannot just keep practicing it in your mind. You need to start doing it. Only then you'll get better at it. The next solution is stop feeling guilty. This is an important point, and it really matches with the previous point, because when you start saying no and people don't react that well, you start feeling guilty. You feel that you have done them wrong and you should have just joined them in their plan, and you didn't want to upset them. But you need to understand everyone has the potential to deal with their own emotions, and it is not your responsibility. If you were kind enough, and if it was something spontaneous, and if you're not up for it, if it makes you uncomfortable, or if it's just not your thing, you can always say no, and their reaction is their problem. It's something that they need to deal with. It's not your job, it's not your responsibility. So you need to have that distance. Please understand that you cannot force harmony. Some people will understand why you don't want to do certain things and others won't. And the people who don't understand it or react poorly or harshly, is their own thing. It's their own issue. So just let it be. Stop feeling guilty for prioritizing yourself, because if you don't, who will? And the last thing that you need to do is start believing in yourself and believing in your skills. One of the reasons why people have low boundaries is dependence. They don't feel independent enough to do their own things entirely. And in order to take that other person's assistance, they trade their own freedom, their happiness, and their time. I have been there, I think. So it's important to understand that you are enough and you need to believe in your skills. You need to believe that you can make it on your own. And this will really help you to set clear boundaries because you know that you can do it. This is important. This will also help you with self-respect. And once you have self-respect and you believe in yourself and your skills, you'll automatically be able to create healthy boundaries, which is important. I think we've made that clear that it is important. So yeah, that is it for today. Leave a no in the comment section below. Start practicing it today. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Till then, lots of love, lots of warmth, and lots of blessings. Peace. Bye.